Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to my new series, Happy Gaming News. Every Sunday, we'll cover a few gaming-related news highlights from the previous week. You can always find more information about the topics covered here in the description of the video below. So, first week, you guys know I love RPGs. Let's talk about some RPGs, and it's no surprise to anyone, I want to talk about Final Fantasy Type 0 and Final Fantasy 15. For a while now, we've known that anyone who pre-orders a copy of Type 0 will be getting a code in the box that allows them to access the Final Fantasy 15 demo for a limited time. Now, what we didn't know until this week is when we'd actually be able to play the demo. It was heavily alluded to that even though we might get the code right away, we still might not be able to access the demo immediately. However, it has been confirmed that Final Fantasy XV's demo, Episode Duske, will be available to play as soon as you receive your Day 1 copy of Type 0. So at this point, half the people buying Type 0 are going to be buying it at least for that demo, that 1 hour story into potentially 4 hours of exploration content coming out of Episode Duske. Remember, you can still pre-order Type 0 at any major retailer, and it launches on March 17th, 2015 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. More RPG-related news, a new trailer for Persona 5 hit the internet this last week. Now, as a fan of the series, I was super excited to see the trailer finally come out. While it doesn't show off too much, other than some light tips on the plot and some brief glimpses at the movement and gameplay, and the ever-so-familiar Persona-esque music, seeing a trailer is just exciting for me. After first playing Persona 4, before going back and playing Persona 3, I wondered how I ever missed playing these games when I was younger. I won't make that mistake again with Persona 5. Now, while we don't have a concrete release date yet, the game is in development for both the PlayStation 3 and 4, so the projected release year of 2015 it better be accurate if they're working on putting it on the last generation console. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose, just so happens there's a lot of RPG related news this week. A new trailer for Bravely Second was also released, showing off some of the characters of the game, some of them returning and some of them new to the series. Now that game launches in Japan on April 23rd, with no word yet on a localization for the West on the 3DS. And I swear this is the last bit of RPG news, but I want to cover this game that is sweeping the nation, at least amongst RPG players. Darkest Dungeon was placed on Steam February 3rd, giving people the chance to buy the kickstarted game and play the early access version while it's still being developed. Now, I've seen streamers, YouTubers, and pretty much everyone I know pick up the title, and everyone I know has enjoyed it so far. I myself feel like I should get in on that action a little bit. So it's described as a roguelike RPG, and it brings a more realistic approach to adventuring where you're not just all dauntless heroes going into these dangerous dungeons, where you have NPCs that have the ability to decline missions due to fear, due to famine, and even due to cockiness, some saying that they're too good to do this low-level dungeon. I highly recommend checking out the early access and seeing what you think of it. It's pretty jammed-packed for an early access game. Now, moving away from RPG-related gaming news, there's two big topics that I want to discuss in this week's video. The first is the closure of a few long-time gaming websites. AOL shut down Joystick, Massively, and WoW Insider, three very reputable websites from the last decade. Now, most of us in the gaming community were sad to see these websites go, but from the ashes, the phoenix rises. Joystick became part of AOL's site Engadget, where Joystick will now be providing news more related to gaming culture and live streaming as opposed to the regurgitation of press releases and trailers. Massively also started a Kickstarter to allow them to continue their MMO coverage called Massively Overpowered. So far, the campaign has raised over $40,000 out of the $50,000 goal, and they still have a lot of days left in the campaign. So if you're a fan of either of these websites, I recommend keeping your eyes out in the future. And the final bit of news this week is an unfortunate kind. Monty beloved animator, gamer, and content creator with Rooster Teeth, has passed away. After falling into an allergy-related coma during a simple medical procedure, was placed in critical care. Unfortunately, he was unable to recover. For those that may not have known who Monty was, think back to if you've ever seen Hey Lloyd, a YouTube video putting Master Chief and Samus Aran up against each other in all-out combat. I remember seeing this video for the first time in high school, watching it in the middle of my computer class, and I literally just watched it over and over again for that entire class. Then, eventually found out about Dead Fantasy, Red vs. Blue, and most recently, Ruby. Monty just loved creating these projects and bringing these videos to his fans, and his dedication to his work and his fans will be missed. On Wednesday, February 4th, Rooster Teeth released a tribute video to Monty that I highly recommend you all go check out and support. And now, at the end of this news segment, let us all have a moment of silence for Monty. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the first week of Happy Gaming News. I'll see you guys next week, and until then, take care.